All right, here we go. What's up, folks? Welcome back to Coaching from the Couch. Very, very special episode today. Maybe a little bit longer because we're doing all bowl games. This is the bowl game episode. NCAA. We have our NCAA expert, his debut on the show. Billiam has a very busy work schedule. And let's be honest, he thought Florida was going to beat Bama last week in the SEC championship. He's not very much of an expert. The guy right below us, Grayson Fisher, FAU student, Jesuit high school alumni, wrestler, college football expert, suit and tie, Justin Timberlake. How do we feel? Oh, Wisconsin Badger fan as well. How do we feel about our picks, Grayson?
I'm feeling dangerous today, man. I woke up and I chose violence today when it came to my pick. I decided, you know what? I don't care what the experts say. I don't care what people that play say. I don't care what coaches say. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to look at the statistics and I'm going to look at the history and I'm going to make what I think is best because at the end of the day, I come close to winning the bowl game sheet every year by one game. And this year I'm going to fucking get it, man.
Let's go.
Fucking expert. You are the expert. Okay. Couple little housekeeping things before we really dive in. Just to clarify, if you're not clear by now, this is the bowl game episode. We're going to be talking basically every bowl game there is except for the New Year's Six Bowls. We're going to be doing a separate episode specifically for the New Year's Six Bowl. We will also be giving our college football champion in that game, who we think is going to win it all. So that'll be after this episode. We'll be recording that and then putting it out basically at the same time this one comes out. All right, last thing basically before we get into this. See this behind me? Tyreek Hill. We're giving away a signed Tyreek Hill ball that looks almost identical to this ball. We're giving it away on our Instagram for Christmas. The contest ends on December 26th. Go to our Instagram to access it. Basically, all you have to do is follow us and tag a friend in the comments, share it, and you basically can be entered to win this. Very competitive. Go join. Now, any other comments before we jump into this thing?
All good.
Let's dive in.
All right, let's run it. December 22nd. Boca Raton Bowl. BYU versus UCF. BYU is -7. The over-under is hefty, 77 points. Grayson, this is the homeland for you. You go to FAU. It's in FAU Stadium. What do you feel? Let's start you off.
So first, you obviously got to look at both strengths of teams. You got Zach Wilson at BYU, who's a Heisman candidate, throwing 3,267 yards with 30 touchdowns, rushing for 242 and 8 touchdowns. And the thing that I like about BYU a lot is how consistent they are. They're putting 43 points up a game and only allowing 14.6, which is going to be crazy, because they're playing this high-paced UC fast team. The only downfall for BYU is their strength of schedule. Now, obviously, I feel like they get a lot of backlash for this. They didn't play too many ranked teams, played 2 ranked teams at beat Boise State, lost to Coastal. But I don't know how far you guys know into this, but they actually had their entire season erased once all the conferences backed out of football. So they made their entire schedule within a 3 to 4 week period, playing who and whoever they could, For UCF, we got a very similar quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, beat all of Tua's high school records from Hawaii. He was a 4-star commit to UCF. He's a lefty, man, rolls out opposite pocket, hard for defense to get ready for him. Also has some beautiful stats, over 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns on the feet. The thing that concerns me in this game is how's UCF defense going to play? They allowed 31 points a game, but while averaging 44 on offense. 3-3 bowl record in the last 7 seasons, but every game UCF lost this year, very competitive, 1 score. My pick, I'm going to go with UCF. They're playing in Florida, gives them a home field advantage. They're also playing in the FAU stadium. Like you said, my home stadium. They played there before. They beat us pretty bad there. I think the biggest thing is going to be this defense versus BYU, and I really don't think that BYU has the speed across the board on offense, defense, special teams to hang in with UCF for 4 quarters.
Oh, Grayson started off 0-1. Caleb, what do you think, King?
Bro, I agree with Grayson, honestly. UCF, bro, they play everybody close. Like, they're always in there. They're always in the game. Even though BYU, bro, I know they got Zach Wilson. They're ranked freaking they were top. What were they? What was their highest rank this year? Probably 10.
They were like a 9. They were 9 and 8.
Yeah. And that sucks for them. They probably wanted to get a harder schedule, and they were down. Like, them and Coastal linked up. So that was cool. You know that that was kind of random. They weren't scared to play. They lost, but it didn't end up working out, but they still did it. But I think UCF, I think the travel to BYU or UCF is just going right down a few hours. BYU has got to travel, do all that. And I agree. I think UCF just has the more talent. I think they'll win or cover.
UC fast. Call it UC fraud. BYU by 1 million. Zach Wilson was a Heisman candidate before the debacle in Coastal. I've been riding the BYU wave this whole season. Not going to stop now, especially for UCF. For some reason, people are starting to give UCF credit like it's 2017 or something. This is where they will be pummeled and put to bed. Their fat coach has no shot against BYU. Let's move on. So, Kaleb, are you keeping track or?
Yeah, I got it.
You're gonna write them down. All right, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. A little aggressive for me to start off, but all right. Next, we have 2 games on December 23rd. First one, the New Orleans Bowl. Louisiana Tech against Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern is the favorite, -6.5. Over under is 48.5. Let's start with Grayson again. What do you think, man?
All right, so I was looking at this bowl, the RNL Bowl, and I'm gonna be honest, man, it was kind of boring me. These two teams do not bring a lot to the table. They're extremely irrelevant. I got it here as a Georgia Southern -5.5 favorite. They're 7-5. Louisiana Tech's 5-4. It's a little Sun Belt versus USA action. Both teams are 2-3 in their last 5 games, and the only game that really gave me any confidence was Louisiana Tech beating USA champion UAB not too long ago. To be honest, though, for my prediction, I think it's going to be a very boring game. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen. I think Georgia Southern has more talent throughout their whole depth chart, as they used to be a FCS powerhouse, had a couple really big seasons in the FBS. I think they just have more talent, and they're just going to beat them in a very boring, probably mostly heavy run game.
I agree. I read that. So LA Tech played 2 Qs, and one of them, I think he got fucked up. Like he's not playing in the game. And so they were rotating kind of. He played heavy. The one dude that's in, his name's Aaron Allen. He has 4 TDs, 5 interceptions, and their leading receivers out. So Georgia Southern is going to win for sure. -6.5, they'll cover to me.
Okay, well, no, just hearing how Grayson's saying is boring, Kaleb saying they're out, I'm not taking Georgia Southern. I was going to take Louisiana Tech. I'm taking the under instead. Under 48.5 sounds pretty good to me.
For sure.
That's actually a really easy pick.
Yeah, that's going to be a big run game, too. It's going to be a big run game. Georgia Southern does that option with the quick pass and multiple running backs, and you have Louisiana Tech with a poor quarterback. It's going to be a very slow, time-drained run game with a low score.
Hand up, I will not be watching this game.
Yeah.
All right. Last game on December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, Montgomery Bowl. Memphis against your team, FAU. FAU is the underdog, +8.5. Over-under is 50. I love my pick for this game. Grayson, what do you like?
So obviously this is a game I will be watching, unlike the last one. And I think when the game first got scheduled, obviously as me being a FAU student, I was not too excited. I was like, we're playing a Memphis team without Norvell. They don't have the weapons. As you remember, Memphis these last couple of years have been like what I like to call an almost UCF. They had an upset versus Ole Miss, upset versus UCLA, but then they die out at the end of the season. They were ranked almost going to the college football playoffs or sophomore year of high school, died out at the end of the season. So that's something that I feel like they're just very inconsistent. I feel like FAU is a very similar team. With the lane train, we had a year we went 5-7 and then back-to-back championships. It's a little different feel for both teams. You got a new coach at Memphis. You got Taggart at FAU. Memphis offense, though, has not changed. Extremely consistent, 31.6 points per game, 451.5 yards per game. Talk about consistency. And FAU, man, we're really carried by our defense. 16.5 points allowed per game. Strong defense. Sadly, our number 1 corner last year just transferred to Florida State. Shows you how aggressive and how much we like turnovers. We get after the ball. We don't have a solidified starting quarterback. I believe that's going to be something that really hurts us. Shout out to two of my boys, starting tight end Logan Peterson, quarterback Nick Chani. They're going to ball out. But Chani, 4-star recruit out of the state of Florida, broke all of Tim Tebow's high school records at quarterback, won Mr. Florida award, goes to Indiana, hates the cold, not a big fan of the coaching staff, comes to FAU and has been not really given his opportunity, man. Started in a couple games, kid's a stud, can throw the ball, can run the ball, can do everything. Just haven't really been given that opportunity by Taggart. My prediction, and as much as I hate to say it, I got Memphis, man. I think they're just a better team. I think they're gonna spread us out. What really concerns me is our situation at quarterback. And Taggart tries to do this. Well, we're gonna play 2 to 3 quarterbacks. You can't do that. Not against a team like Memphis when they're putting up 451 yards a game. You can't get it. You got to keep someone in there consistently. You need a guy that's going to lead the team, a guy that's going to go after it. And to be honest, Taggart hasn't proven himself to me yet. He hasn't had any big wins this season. He's lost a couple games. We lost to Southern Miss. Like, what the hell is that? I think Memphis is going to win by at least a 2-score game, man. I hate to say it. I'm going to be cheering for FAU. I just don't think we got it.
Bro, let's be completely honest. From Lane Train to Taggart, that's a downgrade.
That fucking sucks.
Taggart's dog shit. You'll find out soon. We all know it. I think you know it deep down. I'm surprised that they did this well this year, honestly. But Kaleb, what you pick?
I mean, what I wrote down was the average 450 yards, and they've scored 43 times. And then I also read the QB situation at FAU. So I just don't think they'll be able to keep up with Memphis's freaking consistent high offense. So I got Memphis -9 as well, or 8.5.
I couldn't really read the game. Like I couldn't figure the spread. I was like, what is going to happen? I mean, 8.5 is a decent amount of points. So started looking at the total, and I look at FAU's schedule this year. 6 of their 8 games went under 50.5. You just pointed out they give up 16 points a game. It's really good defense. You just pointed out quarterback issues. All these things start going, all right, you got to take the under. I'm about to put the under on my card, and I'm like, all right, let me just go check Memphis. 9 out of 10 games went over 50.5.
Mm-hmm.
I think FAU can give us at least 10 to 17 points, I would hope, against Memphis. I think Memphis can carry the rest of the weight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but it could be. So they would carry the weight in that stance, and hopefully FAU can even give us 21 points. I mean, hopefully your boys Peterson and Chani ball out. Give me some points. I'm taking the over 50.5. Memphis games are way over 50. It's not that they're just squeaking by. 9 out of 10 games have gone over 50.5, and most of them are in the 70s. This thing is going over, folks.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll put that on my card. I'll put it on my card too, Stu.
You gotta hope that FAU defense doesn't show up, man. Because the thing, if you look at their statistics, they give up a lot of yards. They do. Their yards aren't pretty. They don't flirt well. But they don't let teams finish drives. They get teams that drive the field all day, or they get a fumble, and we get a good 4th down stop. We get an interception. That's the big thing about us, man. We don't look beautiful on paper, but we play dog football. We don't let you finish. Bend but don't break.
Yeah, they bend up but don't break. That's actually very concerning for the over. A lot of time goes off the clock with these long drives, and then they stop them. I don't really care. Memphis is going to shove it down their throats. Unfortunately, roll owls or owl up, whatever you say.
Roll owls, baby.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. I like that game. But here we are. We're skipping both of the Christmas days. Go enjoy your family, guys. Don't bet. Don't just.
Oh, you forgot the New Mexico Bowl.
Look,
Hawaii versus Houston.
Christmas. We're not doing Christmas.
Okay.
We're not.
That's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve, but your call.
You're the expert. If you have some opinions on it, go ahead and let me know.
Hey, I'll just do a little quick rundown on it. I didn't write too much about it.
No official pick for this game, though. We don't support gambling.
Yeah. I just basically said Houston because I like Dana Holgerson, man. Straight up. They're -13, which obviously shows that they look like they're gonna win, and I think they are. I don't like anything about Hawaii. I think Hawaii is overrated every year, and I'm a big Dana Holgerson guy.
Off island.
Yeah, they are playing off island. They usually play in the Hawaii Bowl as well, that's a good point.
Also, I want your thoughts and opinions. I don't know if you've been keeping up. Actually, I don't even want to. All right, it's literally about to pain me to mention this, and maybe I'll even be dropping a solo episode in regards to this debacle.
Come on, man.
Auburn, they're donezo. They're donezo. They're a laughing stock. I've heard that Dana Holgerson, his name has been sprinkled around. We've had like 11 candidates turn down the job. Would you like to see him at Auburn? I don't know anything about him. Like,
man, I don't think he'd do well there. I don't.
All right, then that's all I need to
hear.
Another
name, real quick, just for one more thing. I saw Hugh Freeze's name jumped around a lot. Don't like him there either. I don't.
Really? Well,
yeah,
good thing because he doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Getting that Liberty money, man. What do you mean?
Yeah, dude. It's just I didn't really want Hugh Freeze either. I didn't want Billy Napier. Guess what? Billy Napier didn't want me. Billy Napier didn't want to leave Louisiana for Auburn, but we're not going to get into this.
Hey, well, Bo Pelini just left the LSU, so I mean.
No. There's a couple guys that I would stand by.
Y'all want to be a 5-7 Nebraska team for 3 seasons?
Stop.
Yeah, fuck.
This can't happen. All right.
Brutal.
First responder bowl. Speaking of Napier, Louisiana versus UTSA. UTSA is plus 14.5. Over under is 57.5. Let's hear it, expert. The guru.
Dude, I didn't even need to write anything down for this game. Louisiana is legit as they come, and 19th does not do them justice. Their only loss this season being Coastal. Like, come on, man. Like, this team plays. They pulled up. They beat Iowa State, who, if would have won the Big 12 championship, would have gone to the playoffs. This team's legit, bro. They're going to go out there. I got a minus 14. I think they're going to blow that out of the roof. They might even win by 4 touchdowns. UTSA is nothing, bro. Nothing.
Okay.
Does that rush that UTSA rush offense not worry you, bro?
Dude, they beat Iowa State, who has Brock Purdy, who's a beautiful, beautiful. Hey, just got breaking news, by the way. Breaking news.
No, don't tell me Auburn.
South Carolina just backed out of the Gasparilla Bowl.
Okay. I thought you were about to tell me the Auburn. I'm like checking every 5 minutes. I was just on my phone checking if they got someone.
I just think the UTSA is going to come out. The way we talk about it in like wrestling and fighting is when you go get someone when you're really good, you go get someone that's not as good as you. They're going to give you their first quarter, or their first round of everything they got, and then it's going to die out. And that's what I see in this game. I think UTSA's coach hyping them up, telling them they're going to do this. They're going to do a beautiful first quarter, maybe a 14-14, 7-7, and then it's just going to fade away. They're not going to be able to do it for 4 quarters of football.
That's the thing about those games too, is when, like, if they're that much better than UTSA, bro, if you can't let them make a few plays, get a few momentum, and then think for the whole game they can play, like, that's when you lose. That's when you lose, because they get that. Yeah, you can't let them. You gotta, if you're Louisiana, you go out there, punch them in the fucking face, and like, yeah, that 7-7, but don't go down 21-10, like whatever.
You gotta stay even at least.
All right, I'm also taking Louisiana minus the points too, Grayson. So we're the same on that.
All right. So I was tempted to take Louisiana. I mean, you have to. You can't bet on UTSA. Come on, you can't bet on them. But then I started looking at Louisiana's schedule. They're not beating teams by 2 touchdowns. They're just not. Yeah, they beat Iowa State in the very beginning. Guess what? There was no spring ball. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'll cut Iowa State some slack for that, and I'll cut Louisiana. I'm going to make them prove something else, you know? I couldn't do it. I couldn't commit to that. Big total guy today. We're going under 57.5.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
We're going on most of their games in 7 of 10 games for the Raging Cajuns. The game went under 57.5. In 7 of 11 games for UTSA, the under 57.5 hit. So I refuse.
There's not enough weapons on the field. There's not enough weapons on the field to spread out, and just there's not.
I think, I agree. Hopefully that 14-14 first quarter that you said does not happen. So yeah, you guys both have Louisiana and I have the under, right? All right.
Yeah.
I put the under on mine too.
Yeah, I like the under as well.
You want it on yours?
Go! Swaying. I'm swaying today.
I like the under there.
Go.
I like it.
All right. So we just I think this episode is going to get too long and monotonous. Let's do the last 2 games. So actually, you know what?
Yeah, let's jump to Liberty Coastal. Let's talk about some big boy games.
That's what I'm about to say. Let's do the Cure Bowl and Cheez-It Bowl, and then we'll move on to the bigger names for next episode, and then we'll do another New Year's Six, because we can't have an hour-long episode. Who wants to watch that, you know?
Yeah, man, like that.
So
what are the 2 you said? The Cheez-It and the what?
We'll do the Cure and the Cheez-It. We'll do the Cure first. Liberty versus Coastal Carolina.
Oh man.
Coastal -7. Oh, it's over under 59.5. Now, let me make a preface. Hugh Freeze, Jamie Chadwell, one of you, please. I don't care what Grayson's saying. I'm asking you, find it in yourself to just come to the Plains. Just make your home in the Plains and just play Nick Saban every year. The SEC West can be yours. I'm sorry about the donors. We're gonna have to keep putting out the hashtag Drain the Plains. Hopefully the donors back off. But just wanted to preface that I would definitely take Hugh Freeze or Jamie Chadwell as the head coach of Auburn. Grayson, what do you think about this game?
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. This is I made a list of 3 bowl games that after I did my research grabbed my eye the most. This is number 2, man. Oh my gosh, talk about a game. 9-1 Liberty, number 12, 11-0 Coastal should be higher in my opinion. We got a -6.5, 7 for Coastal. This game, fun fact, was actually supposed to be played last weekend as the Sun Belt Championship game, but due to Corona issues at Coastal, or maybe it was at Liberty, I don't know. Don't fact check.
It was Coastal.
They had to back out. Dude, this game is going to be unbelievable to watch. For Liberty, you got Malik Willis, QB, transfer from Auburn. Look at his passing stats. All right, kid looks like an average quarterback. Over 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. But this boy can run 807 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns with his feet, bro. And big game factor. You want to talk about a coach that knows how to win big games? You talked about him earlier. Hugh Freeze, bro. Back-to-back wins over Ole Miss over Nick Saban when they were number 1 in the country, including at Alabama. This man knows what it's like to step up in crunch time. He knows how to take a team that's not as good to beat a better team. He knows how to motivate. He knows how to game plan. For Coastal, they aren't scared of anyone. They're undefeated. They went out there and they beat BYU on a 3-day game notice to have their first ever college game day be a win. All right? They're going to come out fast and they're going to come out hot. McCall and Marable is a nightmare. McCall, 2,100 yards on the air, 23 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 6 TDs on his feet, 400 rushing yards. Marable, 844 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns, 5.2 yards a touch with 7 touchdowns in the air. Dude, you ready for this? You ready? My prediction? I got Liberty. I think Hugh Freeze's experience is just too much. I think he's perfect for games like this. And that's how I think he's not good for Auburn. I think if you give him a team that has too much attention and has too many good players, he's not as good. He likes being the underdog. He likes that little tingle in his nutsack, you know? And I think this is too much for Coastal's defense, dude. I think Willis is still going to have a game against Coastal. I think it's going to be one of the most exciting games to watch. Both these teams have a chip on their shoulder to prove we were good enough to be in the playoffs. I think it's going to be an extremely close game, and I think it's going to be extremely fun to watch. But I like Liberty with Hugh Freeze in the upset.
This dude,
I had fucking chills. This guy, fucking chills. He's going crazy.
I know. Dude, I was about to smash my head against my sink right now. This guy's he's gassing me up.
I'm telling you, man.
Hey, I also have on my sheet, I have Liberty +6 because I think it's going to be that close to the game. I think you take the points here because I think the game's going to be
It'll
close.
Be a field goal game. It
Yeah,
definitely
I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
You know what? That says a lot right there, Caleb, because I did my notes just before you, and I had it at +7, and it moved down to +6. The line is moving. Forget about the game. Think about Vegas. The line's moving. You know what's happening. I agree. It's going to be a close game, and I literally just felt obligated to choose Coastal because I've been riding them all year. They're 8-2 against the spread. Team totals out the ass. They're amazing. Don't get me wrong. I think they'll win the game, but you guys, I can't not take Liberty now after listening to this guy. We're all on Liberty, folks. I don't know. Don't look at me. Look at Grayson.
Personally, though, what I would have loved to happen, that would have been like perfect, is this game to have been played last week, and then the winner faced Cincinnati in the bowl game. That was my dream. That was what I wanted. That's what I wanted. You know, but
honestly,
Corona's got different plans for 2020, man. What can I say?
No, dude. These two teams should not be in the Cure Bowl. Let's be honest. Come on.
No, these two teams should be playing in the New Year's 6 Bowl.
Bro, Coastal needs to be in a New Year's 6.
Liberty, dude, they're 9-1 and 11-0. Ohio State played 6 games.
Hand
USC
up.
played 5. Oregon played 5. These teams played a full season. Come on.
Hand up. Auburn shouldn't be in the citrus, so just throw them in there because Auburn is anus.
Hey, I have breaking news. Breaking news.
No.
It's not. It's Michigan related.
Oh.
Don Brown fired.
Yeah! You old man. Caleb, what do you think?
Hey, sad to see him go. He helped us out, but it's time, baby.
Yeah, you need a clean deck.
But I like Don Brown. I love the guy. Love him.
Clean house, no puns. Oh wait, no, he's gonna go to Auburn. Oh no.
Hey, you get the right corners, bro. He's
but personally, I didn't mind Gus Malzahn. I liked him.
Okay, I minded him. I minded the 4 lost seasons, but it was not time.
I agree. And I think it's so difficult to critique a coach based on Corona season. Like James Franklin has Penn State at 2-5, and I still don't think he's doing bad.
Yeah,
it's just so hard, bro. And if you look at it on,
we have less than a minute.
Yeah, real quick, break it out. If you look at it, Gus Malzahn plays the hardest strength of schedule every year. Plays Alabama, LSU, and Florida on top of playing a Power 5 opening game every season. It still somehow gets 8 to 10 wins.
Bro. LSU, Georgia, and Alabama.
Anyway, don't think he's a bad coach.
I'm not even going to comment on this. I'll make a whole episode by myself. We're going to have to end this episode, start another one for the rest of the games. We love you so much. I hope you love us back. Bye.